Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the briefing for Monday, the 3rd of June. Okay, the synoptic situation today, I've got midnight on here, and you can see high pressure out to the west of us, and what is showing is a weakening cold front heading our way. Weakening warm front heading our way. By the time we get to midday today, you see it's sort of showing the end of it to be over the top of us. I don't think we're going to have any significant weather from this, but I do think it is bringing with it a bit of cloud, and that's going to really not help any soaring available today, although it's not going to make it unflyable at any point. Continuing on tomorrow, winds bending round a little bit more from the west by the looks of it, front potentially on the way. Those going through overnight. And then at the moment, it looks like leaving us with a really nice air mass for Wednesday. Looks like Wednesday could potentially be very, very good at the moment. Moving further on to the week, potentially a little bit unsettled on Thursday. Looking okay on Thursday, potentially a little bit unsettled on Friday. Winds today then pretty light, varying between the north and the northwest, about 10 knots. So light enough that we'll be quite happy on 2-7 with a little bit of a crosswind. Sat pick as we play that through. Not a lot going on at the moment. It's pretty cloudy, really, and it doesn't look like any of that's burning off, and looks like generally increasing a little bit from the west. But it's all high enough that it's not going to bother us. It's not really any rain associated. There's a few little spots showing up by Manchester. Otherwise, it's not really showing a lot. I'll just run through forecasts. And again, maybe a couple of showers, very, very light down here to the southwest, but this warm front is a very weak feature, and I don't think there's really any associated weather with it other than just a bit of cloud. Public forecast then showing cloudy all day, top temperature of about 18 degrees, with a breeze generally from the northwest, starting off a bit more from the north and then lightening and bending round to the west a bit more. UV index of about 3 or 4, so enough to be worried about, but not as much as we had at the weekend. The temperatures at midday looks like 16, 17 degrees. Going forward a couple of hours, 17, 18s, 19s close to London, with dew points around 13. So there is a reasonable split there, but I don't think we're going to get a lot in the way of convection. Current view outside, you can see it's just a bit too cloudy for a lot to happen. There is some cumulus over there, so there's probably a little bit of local soaring to be had. I'm sure somebody will stay up. 15 degrees at the moment, dew points of 11, and you can see the split we had yesterday was really quite nice. Good day yesterday, and that sort of closed up overnight and is going to stay that way by the looks of it. Odium is showing a few at 3,000 all day, with a prop 30 from this morning up until 3 p.m. of scattered at 2,000. So I think the cloud base will vary between 2 and 3,000 all day, I think on the higher side. I'm afraid that's not today. Here's your potential flight distance for today. You can see Lasham near a better area, but only a little bit of local soaring by the looks of it. Thermals at midday up to about 3,000 feet, but it's showing it very congested with cloud. Going on into the afternoon, staying about 3,000 feet, but very cloudy and becoming a bit patchy as a result of that. But look at our site forecast. Above the ground, about 2,500 most of the day, with thermal strength probably about 1 knot or so by the looks of this. I will just go back and point out anyone who can be here on Wednesday. One of the best forecasts I've seen in quite a while. We'll have to have a look at that nearer the time and look at the other forecast, but that's very, very good looking. Certainly up to the north and into Wales looks really nice on Wednesday. No time wise, locally today, nothing to worry about. Operationally, nice and easy, standard setup on 2-7. Launch point on the runway there. Cables running down the edge of the runway. The winch will probably be slightly set in with the crosswind. And the winch launches from the south side grass and the aerotows from the runway on the north side. Correction to the north on the winch, please, and then hopefully we can have it as far back as possible, and all landings in the direction of 27. 3K21s today, 2K13s available. I think there's a couple of those spare. Two baby grobs and all three discuses. No movement scheduled today. The simulator is serviceable, and we have a new winch signaling system, which has been in the works for actually several years now. So you'll see that in use today. Make sure you get instruction on that before running the launch point. Otherwise, if you're not running the launch point, you won't notice much of a difference. You will notice the buzzer for all out is a little bit faster. It's a bit more distinct. Otherwise, it works the same way. Okay, I will see you out there. Bye for now.